All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a good night. This is going to be a late chat. I feel like coming here and talking to some of you guys. And not only that, I did one in the morning, and I just didn't like the quality, didn't like how it came out. Really didn't like much about it. I thought it was really good information, and I thought it was information that I wanted to share with you guys. But unfortunately, the service that I had in my phone and all that was really, really bad. To the point that I couldn't even, it was buffering and all that stuff. So I decided to put that on private and come back and do it again and kind of share some of the stuff that I shared this morning with some of you guys that were watching. So again, if you're watching, let me know in the comments if you could hear me, if you could see me, all that stuff. Look at my buddy over here. Where you been, man? Where you been? I actually was thinking about you this morning, and I almost called you, but I got sidetracked. I'm glad to see you in the comments, man. I'm really, really glad to see you in the comments. Hope you're doing good. But check it out. I started to think about this because today I went to the range and I saw something that it was kind of, something that I see constantly here in the community. And I wanted to share that with you guys because a lot of guys are so cocky in here. Like really, really cocky, and they really think that they are the best out of everything. And you know what? When I come here and I try to make videos, I try to share things based on my opinions, based on the things that I like, based on just me. You know, I'm just a regular guy. Like I said in the past, I could come up here and probably brag or probably be like, hey, you know, I was an instructor, or I did this in the Marine Corps and this and that. That's not really my point. My point is just to share information on things that I enjoy and things that I like and things that I have experienced from being in the service and carrying a gun for a long time. So when I see guys here in the community, I always think that, you know, they get too cocky about some things. And some of those guys think that they are like the best of the best of the best. And we got to realize that we all make mistakes. So I wanted to show you something here that I share with my patrons today. And I share with a couple of guys over text, and essentially I posted this on Patreon, and I think it was pretty good. Look at this, guys. This is a Taurus Revolver that I took a picture at the range. No one got hurt, as far as I know, and you know, it was just a regular reload. And the guy was shooting. Next thing you know, you have an explosion, and that's what you have. I mean, tell me what you think. I mean, Beretta Nice in the house. Big shout out to you, sir. Yeah, tell me what you think. I know you like to shoot a lot of revolvers and things like that. Check that out. I mean, that's truly insane, man. That's really, really bad. Let me show you another picture that I have here if I can find it. But again, you know, really, really bad situation to be, right? Really bad place to be. So again, we got to be really careful. And my point that I was trying to make here, let me go back to the comments here. Let me give a couple of shout out to some of you guys. Beretta Nice says, hey, you got a new safe. Yeah, that's the safe back there. I got it for a really good deal. Let me remove this so you guys can see it. I got it for a really good deal. 40 gun safe for about $550. $550. I mean, that's just outstanding. It's not the best safe. It's a budget size safe. I bought it in Tractor Supply, but for what I wanted, it's gonna do the work. It's just gonna work fantastic for what I wanted, and I'm gonna do a review. There's a lot of little things here and there that I don't like, but you know what? Like I say, it was $550. I mean, what else am I can't complain for that amount of money, right? Oh, check it out, guys. I just found the next picture. Here, look at this picture. Look at that. I mean, that was a total crazy situation. I mean, that gun is done. Cylinder out. I mean, it tear that gun like it was nothing. But again, what I kind of came across from that, or what I kind of like thought to myself, is something that I see here in the community that I see a lot of guys failing. And it's the point that a lot of guys are cocky. And I'm not saying this guy in particular, but I'm saying the fact that many of people refuse to do something called a pre-inspection. And I shared this morning. Like I said, some of you guys joining here, the live stream. I was talking about this in the morning, and the video kind of got messed up, so I decided to do it again. But again, you know, I was thinking about pre-inspection, and a lot of guys, you know, I've done some videos about press check and things like that. Those have been really controversial and really debatable topics. And I always says that we have to constantly check our gear. We have to. You know, when I went in patrols in Iraq and Afghanistan, I used to check my gear. You know, not only me, I inspected my Marines gear, but not only I inspected my squad. When I was done inspecting, I would have somebody inspect me because I wanted to make sure that I was good to go. And I wanted to make sure my guns were ready. You know, we talk about carrying stuff, right? We carry rifles, pistols, grenades, shotguns, you know, machine guns on top, night vision equipment. I mean, so many things that you got to kind of check yourself. So I was thinking about this at the range, and one of the reasons why is because one of the guys showed up and had the wrong ammunition. So again, he was about to shoot a 38 and had the wrong ammunition, and what he had was 38 Super, which I think is 38 Super or something like that, which I never seen. I've never even shot a 38 Super or whatever it is, you know. So to me, it was the first time. But again, when he bought the ammo, the guy say, hey, you know what, let me get some 38. He got some 38, and next thing you know, makes it to the range and realize that he has the wrong ammunition. Again, that has happened to me a few months ago, or maybe a year or so ago. We went to the range to shoot a 22 long rifle, little revolver. Guess what? It was a 22 Magnum. So again, wrong caliber in a way, right? So the point here is simple, guys. The point here is simple. We got to do pre-inspections. We have to check our gear. We really do have to check our gear. That's just how it is, you know. Big shout out to Gregory. It's in the house. Big shout out to Big Mo. It's in the house as well. Patron of the channel. So if you want to support the channel, you could become a patron and help me fight the evil YouTube. You guys know that the guys, I just got this information, sidetrack a little bit, but VidMe, which was a second platform where a lot of gun guys were going, is going to close December 15th. That should tell you that YouTube is a big corporation and they're just going to bully everyone out of the way. So again, I thought that was kind of interesting, they're closing down. And I knew that was going to happen. Big shout out to K for Son. What's up, bro? How you been? And all you guys out there, you guys are freaking awesome. Ura 78, big shout out to you, sir. Let me see who else is out there. Couple of other guys, but the real Cobra Burnout, psst, it's in the house too. Check out the real Cobra Burnout and subscribe right there in the comments. So again, I got to tell you, like I was saying, pre-inspection, very, very critical. I've been talking about it all the time. And the point that I made in the past is simple. You know what? How many times have you come out of your car thinking that you have the car keys and you left it inside the car? It has happened to everyone. How many times you close the front door of your house and next thing you know, you wake up, you go to the front door and the front door was open. You left it open. So again, it happened. Why does it happen? Because we are human. We make mistakes. It's just stuff that happen. So we got to have systems in place that allow us to constantly check our gear, right? So again, that doesn't mean that you have to be, and this is the kind of thing that everybody gets confused. It doesn't mean that you have to be a ninja / operator here in YouTube, like those funny looking guys that I don't even know what they're doing. They do one of this, and then every 2 seconds it's like, and they look inside. You don't have to do that. That's nonsense. Nonsense. Or you got the guys that shoot like this. I mean, again, nonsense. We 11 years, 5 months, and 20 days in the Marines, several combat deployments. And we saw combat. And we never did none of that stuff. That's just nonsense. It's just pure understanding of your firearm, pure understanding to making sure that your gun is ready to go, making sure your gun is lubed, making sure you have a round in the chamber, making sure you have a magazine, making sure that your holster is properly maintained. You know, just a couple of months ago, Veter's holster, Glock 42, the clip came out. I mean, Veter's holster make great holsters, but this little screw happened to come out, and the clip almost come out. So we had to fix that. We had to deal with that situation. Again, checking that stuff, checking that your stuff is ready to go. Don't get so cocky that you don't think that you need to check anything. You know, I see guys making the statements, and to me, it's the stupidest statement that you're ever going to make. It's like, I got to buy me a Glock so I don't have to clean it. What do you mean you don't have to clean your gun? You have to clean your guns. I got to get an AK-47 because you don't clean AKs. Are you serious? Clean your gun. Make sure you take the stuff out. Make sure you get your little IP brush and you like check it out and brush it down. Make sure you put your COP or whatever lubricants you guys want to put in there. Make sure you do a function check, making sure the trigger works. All that stuff. All that stuff. Don't listen to this ninjas in here that don't really have any idea. Look, Wicked's in the house. Wicked would tell you. He talks to guys all the time about this type of situation. Gary's in the house. Greg is in the house. Has been a while, sir. It's great to see you here. Let me see some of the comments over here. And again, guys, it doesn't have to be. You know, when people, like, for example, I gotta tell you, people get all. I got about 3 videos on press check, and why I didn't, because it brings views to the channel. People want to debate this topic, and you know, some people always go like, "Oh, you should know your gun is loaded." Of course, you should know that. Of course, 110% sure. I mean, understand in agreement that you should know your gun is loaded. But that doesn't take away from that pre-inspection, because that pre-inspection, every now and then, again, don't make this a big deal. It's not like every 2 seconds, like 10 times a day. But every now and then, it's good to inspect your gear. It's good to make sure you're ready to go. It's good to make sure that whatever was completely 110% ready to go. Don't get in that mentality where like, oh, no, my gun is good, and you don't check it. That's just my point when it comes to that. Big shout out to Texas. What's up, man? Hope you're doing good, sir. Greg said, been way too long, JH6. Glad to be back. Hey, man, come back, man. I'm always putting videos, and it's great to have you here and being part of this community. It's awesome. Listen, I'm not saying okay, I'm not saying that. All right, let me I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble tonight. It's too late. So Tony Hawkins says, I clean my weapons every time I use them, and I go through them before I shoot. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. I mean, you have to be able to do that. PA say great channel. Thanks, appreciate that. All right, put some comments down below, and we're gonna address some comments in here, and then we're gonna cut it up because it's getting late. But Alan is Probe says, Jarhead, what will you do if someone at the range chooses squid low, and you know it? What will you do? Well, I'm assuming I would tell him to stop shooting. That's the first thing I would tell him to do, is stop shooting, and let's address the situation. Probably stop shooting, leave that gun pointing down range. I mean, that would be more like you know, making sure the gun is good to go, making sure everybody's safe. I would tell him to offload the gun, and then we deal with it. That would be a really sucky situation to be in a self-defense situation. All right, let me see. Let me see some of the comments in here. All right. Big shout out to everybody out there that is watching. You guys are great. I really, really appreciate the support, and I really appreciate everything you guys do for the channel. I mean, it's fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Your support here to the channel is just awesome. I wanted to come up here and kind of talk about pre-inspection and kind of talk about you know, having a system that is going to work, but having ways that you can implement, a system that is going to allow you to be, have success. It's going to allow you to be good to go, and again, because this thing is not about a one-time situation, or this thing is not about 3 weeks. This thing is not about 6 weeks, 6 months, 2 years. This is a lifestyle. So what we're trying to implement is a lifestyle of commitment. All right, we're not trying to be like, oh, I carry a gun and learn a couple of things, and you carry a gun for 6 months. What we're trying to do here is establish a really good fundamentals that is going to allow you to have a good style the rest of your life. So there's some guys in here that carry a gun for years and years and years. I've been carrying a gun for years and years and years, and I'll tell you something that the other day was kind of surprising, and I was going to talk about this in a different live stream, but I have family members that hate guns. They just hate guns. They don't want to know anything about guns, anything like that. And I always get heat from having firearms, and some of them are Christians too. So it's always that, like, oh, how come you have a gun? Because you're a Christian. And I always think to myself, okay, whatever, which, by the way, I got a video coming out with Pastor Chow about carrying a gun and being a Christian, and it's the first video that it's actually a fantastic video. I just got to edit that. The computer's still messed up, but it's just an awesome video. Every person should watch that video because he answered so many great questions. But the point to this was that just recently, what happened in Texas, my mom called me and she was like, you know what, Fabian, maybe you have a point. If somebody would have had a gun inside that church, somebody would have been able to take that guy out, and somebody would have been able to stop that guy. So again, it was like a breaking moment to me because, my mom is a big no guns. So it was like a big moment when I was like, wow, I'm getting to her, and I'm actually sharing information to her that she's starting to believe and starting to be like, yeah, it makes sense. So again, what we want to do is have fundamentals, that a system that is going to help us out the rest of our life, not just something that is going to help, it's going to help us out now. If that make any sense. I kind of went in a rampage here, but let's see. Let me look at some of the comments in here. RYU250 said, for all non-cocky people. What is a squeal? All right. That's pretty much when you shoot around and then the bullet kind of got stuck in the barrel. So essentially you press the trigger, the bullet never left the firearm. It actually stuck in the barrel. So essentially, if you shoot again, what you're going to have is the other bullet hitting that bullet that is inside your gun. You see the issue? So most likely, to answer the question that we had before, most likely what you got to do is that you got to offload the gun, take all the rounds out, make sure you still have that round, that gun pointing down range, and you may have to clear that barrel some kind of way. Sometimes you have to wait a few seconds just in case something funny happened. So just wait a few seconds, offload the gun, and clear that barrel. So, okay, look, Allen is a pro. Right below that, he answered the question. Gary answered the question too. Good job, guys. I appreciate that. That's a great thing about here. All right, so Richest in the house. Big shout out to you, sir. Hope you're doing great. I appreciate that. My buddy Gunn said you're starting to grow that tactical beard. Nah, man. I took 2 days off. Took Thursday, because we actually celebrated Thanksgiving. Thursday here in the house, and then today I actually went to the range to do some shooting, and then tomorrow I got to go back to work. So I just took 2 days off, and I didn't shave the day prior. So, you know, I'm kind of like getting scuffy in a way. But I got to shave again, and I hate shaving, and it is what it is. But my job requires us to shave because we got to look professional. Tony Hawk says a lot of times it is real old ammo and the powder is going bad. Okay, that's a good point. We have talked about replacing our ammunition every now and then. You know, we always talk about, and we have talked about this in the past, where self-defense ammo, maybe you want to switch it every year, just shoot it off and get some new ones just in case. I mean, you don't really have to, but a lot of people have that just in order to mitigate any issues or any possible issues. I think about 2 years is fine, me personally. I've been carrying the same critical duty for a while, but every couple of years you want to shoot them off and get a new one just in case. John Johnson said, I live in New York and carry near impossible. Where should I move? Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I always think about this. Some of the states that are pretty much communist, the slave, you know, the states that communist states, that's what I call them. I mean, it would be good to go for you to move, and probably will be the easier way if you move down like to my state, or North Carolina was a really friendly gun state and things like that. But I always think to myself, man, that you know what, we need people to fight the fight, man, because there's an epidemic. It is an epidemic. It goes from one state to another state, and these liberals want to pass their nonsense laws, and they're starting states like that. So I know it kind of sucks for you, man. It really does. But it's good that there's people there that love the Second Amendment, love freedom, and they're fighting for the rights. Because I got to tell you, even though some of the things that you go through is not affecting me, it could potentially affect me into in a few years from now. So again, because like I say, it's like an epidemic. So again, man, I know it sucks, but I appreciate you all being up there and you being fighting the good fight. Let's see. I just saw a good the real Cobra Burnout said, didn't Pastor Mike do a great video about owning firearms? Pastor Mike did a video which we have here on the channel about self-defense, and it was a fantastic video too. I brought Pastor Charles, which is, he's subscribed here to the channel. He's one of our patrons too. You know, we're working out a video because I wanted to bring somebody else. A lot of you guys ask me, hey, should a Christian own a gun? And you know, I wanted to bring like a pastor to come down and give you good information, because I felt that he did a fantastic job compared to me. And I got to tell you, man, I watched that video. It was about 10 minutes. You got to watch it when it comes out. You have to watch it. And what he's sharing that video, it was fantastic, man. Like, it made me, like, I have no doubt right now. I have zero doubt that we as believers should not only own a gun, but if we have to defend ourselves, it's okay to do that. I have no doubt after watching that video. I'm hoping that I'm able to record and hoping to be able to post this Sunday. Probably won't happen Sunday, but maybe Monday or Tuesday at the latest, man. So definitely stay tuned. And Pastor Chow has a really good way to deliver his message. Like, he's really easy to listen to. And it's a fantastic video. I'm going to stop bragging about it. Just check it out when it comes out. Gary C, you should check out, Gary said you should check out God, Family, and Gun YouTube channel. I think you will love it. Yeah, man, I've been subscribed for a long time, so I do watch him a lot. I'm a you know, I hear a lot of YouTubers that always say, well, you know, I watch YouTube. I don't watch YouTube videos. I just make them. I watch YouTube videos, man. I really do. I love watching YouTube videos. You know, Glock 17 is in the house. Big shout out to him. He does a lot of good shooting, competition shooting. So check out his channel. And that's what I do. I watch YouTube videos. And recently, let me know what you think in the comment. But recently, it's like it's no videos anymore. The production, a lot of channels, I got to tell you guys, a lot of channels are stopping. A lot of channels are truly stopping because of what's happening with YouTube. They're just getting upset. It's really frustrating. You know what? I just lost thousands and thousands of views a month. I share that with the patrons. I used to average about 10 to 12,000 views a month. I mean, 10 to 12,000 views a day. Can you imagine 10 to 12,000 views a day? Easy. It was an easy day. It was 10,000 views. And wow, lately I'm averaging about 7,000 views. So I lost about 3 to 5,000 views a day in the last week and a half. I'm telling you, they're trying to they stop promoting our videos, and it's really gonna affect the community. I really believe that. Rooster P said, "Hey Jarhead, what gun would you recommend to a beginner shooter?" Maybe I don't know. What do you want it for? Is it for self-defense or not? But just to have fun and to learn the fundamentals, you can never go wrong with a little 22. I mean, I got my little takedown right there as a blast to shoot, and it's just a lot of fun. You know, the first time I took my wife shooting, we went there and we shooting a Savage on 30-06 and a shotgun, 12 gauge, and she was like, "Whoa!" I mean, my wife could handle guns with no issues. But maybe that's not the right gun to take somebody for the first time. So maybe a little 22, man. There's a lot of good 22 pistols, a lot of 22 rifle. You start learning the fundamentals. You start getting better. Firearm safety, how to shoot, how to aim, how to hold a pistol, all that stuff. And then you can start stepping up to higher levels. So that's a big question, man. That's not one of those questions that you tell somebody and 30 people will give you 30 different answers. Let's see. Tony Hawkins says, "Gary, I love that channel." Yeah, that's a good channel, man. Lifter said, "Will you suggest an EO tag?" Yeah, man, I really would. I mean, they're good to go. I mean, they're really good. I mean, a lot of people, here's the mistake that a lot of people do, and some people don't have. I mean, it is what it is. And I've done this. Like, I got a Spark 2 on my rifle. It's a $200 red point. But I do have backup sights. But a lot of guys spend a lot of money on a rifle. They don't spend a lot of money on an optic. And you got to understand that if you can't see the bad guy, you can't shoot him. You know, that's just plain and simple. If you cannot see him, how are you going to be able to engage? So you could have a great rifle, but if you don't have a red point or a scope or whatever optic that is good, you're going to be in trouble. You can have a great rifle, but if your optic goes down and you can't see the bad guy, again, what good it is to have a good rifle that you can't shoot because you have a crappy scope. So I always think that the optic got to be up there on par with that rifle. So EOTech make good red points, and they're pretty out there, and they're expensive, but you get your money for it, man. Wicked Sensation say EOTech is good to go now. They fix their issues. I think they have I can't remember which one it is, but they do have like a budget choice, and then they have the more high end ones. Let me see. RUY250. Welcome to the gun culture. Ask any questions you have. Yeah, no doubt, man. I've seen you here a couple of times, I think, by now. Let's see. Let me. I had a good comment here, and I hate when the comments go like boom and then disappear. Nook Waver says FN 509 or Glock 17 Gen 5. Man, I got a Glock 17. I really love it, but I don't have any experience with the FN 509. So I really cannot talk about that. My Glock 17 works good, so hopefully somebody could give you an answer to that. Let me see. Keith says, we have open carry in my state, but I never do. I always like open carry just in case my gun was showing. Like in North Carolina, if you come out of the car and your gun is showing for whatever reason, you could easily just be like, oh, my bad, you know, I'm open carry kind of thing. Like here down in Florida, if your gun is showing and somebody call the cops, you're probably going to be in trouble. I mean, you could open carry here, but it's not common. And it's only like in, I guess, like fishing areas and hunting areas like that. But you know what? I miss open carry, man. I really do, because people used to carry guns all the time. You go to Walmart and you see like 6 guys with pistols. And to me, it was always like, that's great, you know? Let's see. Oh, Frank is in the house. Big shout out to you, sir. Make sure you check the Patreon, because we're trying to do that platoon sergeant meeting December 11, I think it is, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So just check on the Patreon so you can see the updates when I post anything in there. Because I'm hoping that you show up for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's cool guys in that. It says, haven't shaved since 1972. Wow, that's just awesome. That's just awesome. That's fantastic. Big shout out to Glock 17. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. Let me see. We could say, if you want gun freedom, move to Utah. I always wanted to go visit there, man. I think the mountains are gorgeous, or the desert, whatever it is. Yeah, the desert. I think it's gorgeous, man. So one day I'll make it that way. Richard said VidMint shutting down. Yeah, man, I think I mentioned that a few minutes ago. I think December 15th. Actually, Gary was the one who told me about it, and I did a quick search and I found out. Here's the deal, man. YouTube owns everything. You gotta understand, man. YouTube is an empire. I mean, they own this platform. They make billions. And even though I always think, here's the deal. It's all about money. So when I see like a bunch of gun guys saying, oh, we're going to move to VidMint because they love this, I love that. It's all about money. You know, a year or 2 years from now, a year or 2, 3 years from now, VidMint, you know, some advertisers say, hey, guess what, guys? I want you to remove this type of content because we pay you $1 billion a year. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to do it because it's all about money. They're not going to be like, oh, you know, I believe in the Second Amendment, so we're going to leave the Second Amendment channels here. No, they're going to do the same thing. They will do the same thing that YouTube is doing. I will bet anything that they would do that because it's all about money. You know, that's why. And here's the deal. As much as some of you guys don't like it, every YouTube marketer has always said for YouTube channels to have different types of income so we wouldn't have to deal with this. And you know what? I really didn't listen. I thought advertising was just fine. And I just did the app thing and I make pretty decent money, enough to be able to run the channel and to make a couple of bucks on the side. But this is something that every YouTube marketer say. That's why I have pushed my Patreon, and that's why I'm trying to contact companies to sponsor me. Because you know what? It is what it is. But I haven't been able to do gun videos because gun videos cost money, and I want to do gun videos. I like coming here and talking to you guys, but I really want to do more gun videos. That's what I want to do. So yeah, every other website out there, it's going to do this, and it's going to do this, and it's just going to happen. There's not much we can do. Let me see. You guys are having a conversation. Mateo is in the house. Big shout out to you, sir. It's always good to see you here. We could say I live 50 meters from the mountains. Man, that's gorgeous, man. You know what? I never wanted to move down here, man. I really didn't. My wife family is here. So I'm glad we're close to the family. And I'm glad that, you know, we have a baby now. And the baby can share with the family. So I'm really glad about that. But yeah, this is not my kind of state. It's really hot here. And you would think it's my kind of state because I'm Hispanic and, I was born in Cuba. So you would think I want to be with the heat and all that. But no, man, I love North Carolina. I love states like that where you could ride motorcycles through the mountains and just have a great time, man. I guess I spent too much time in the Marines. I don't know if Mattel was here when this and Wicked was here. So let me show you this, guys, for you guys to see this. Check this out. Went to the range today. And one of the guys in the range showed me this. That's a reload, man. I guess I don't know what's the deal. I guess the guy maybe used to run the wrong parter or too much or too little. I don't know what happened. But check that out, dude. That sucks right there, right? Look at this, a close up to that. I mean, that gun is completely disabled. I mean, I'm surprised that he really didn't hurt himself or something like that. I mean, that's just crazy, man. I mean, wow. So anyway, I took a picture of it. And I wanted to just like share with you guys here. And I've been talking about pre-inspections and making sure your stuff is good to go for any type of situation. So again, put some final questions in here because I'm about to cut it off. But I appreciate everybody's support. And yeah, the thing about Vidman sucks, but it's just going to happen, man. It's not much is going to happen. You guys got to understand. You guys got to understand the biggest thing. People here come here and they say, well, you know what? You guys' voice doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. How can you do a Patreon or how can you do this? Who cares about you? We got a voice in the community. We got a voice. I mean, we get millions and millions and millions of views for the Second Amendment every month. I mean, it's amazing. It is truly amazing. I get comments every week like, hey, I'm new to the gun community, new to the gun thing. What kind of gun should I buy? Just like we got today. Or what's a good holster? Or, you know what? I started shooting for the first time. What do you think? I mean, we're constantly getting people being involved, and having this voice here is fantastic because we want those people, the generation growing up, to be just like us. We don't want them to be liberals. We don't want them to be like freedom haters. So being here in the community and people finding guys like me and like Mattel and Wicked and Richard and the Real Cover Burnout and all this guy and Greg and all that, it's just fantastic. I gotta tell you, it's fantastic. So it is important that we stay in the community, and I think it's critical. So again, you know what? I feel the same way. When I got out of the military, I remember people looking in YouTube, but I didn't look at videos. I was too busy training to learn how to kill the enemy. That was my mission. My mission was Marines. If it didn't have to do with the Marines, I didn't care. That was my life. And then when I got out and I sat on a couch for 2 years while I was recovering from back surgery and a bunch of other stuff, I started watching videos and I was like, I just couldn't believe that there was a guy here that think the same way than me. For a second, I thought it was like a weird guy or something, like people probably don't think like me. And there is. So it's good to have this community in here. I don't know. I keep talking too much, but I'm just trying to make a point that it's great to have a good community here. Very, very good. I love it. I love it. And you get to meet awesome dudes. Like I talked to some of you guys. Like I talked to some of you guys in text, on the phone. It's common for me to, me and the Real Cobra Burnout, we have talk on the phone. So again, it's awesome. All right, guys. So appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much. You guys are great. It's just fantastic to be part of this community, and I definitely appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. We got more videos coming up. This new time zone is like killing me because by the time that I come home, it's kind of dark. But I've been fixing my back area, and I'm going to set up the tripod right here, and I'm going to start doing more reviews and things like that. It's just the time. When I get home, I take a shower, and I eat. It's like 6 o'clock, and it's like dark. Like dark. Like you can even go outside. I guess I could do a lot of flashlight reviews. But stay tuned. I got videos coming up. I want to hit the range, and I want to do a bunch of stuff coming up in the next month. So I'm going to be putting a lot of videos as always. I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy the support, and I really appreciate it. Hey, check it out too. The community tab. the community tab, I'm actually starting to post pictures there too. It's kind of like an Instagram kind of thing. You could go into the community tab and post pictures. So if you don't have your application set up for pictures and video, switch that if you want to see the pictures, because again, you may have it just set up for videos, so you only see in videos. So if you want to see the pictures, make sure you click on the pictures and videos, and it's going to be fantastic. So again, appreciate everybody watching, guys. Stay tuned, we got more videos coming up. And let me find the, there we go, let me be professional. Appreciate everybody watching, got a lot of videos coming up, and as always, God is in control.